Well, it's 2 in the morning and Ubisoft actually sent me an email. They've sent me some screenshots and concept arts for the game that I've been waiting for a very long time now. Splinter Cell's Remake, the game that they've been working on secretly, and this has been something that was already announced. Ubisoft did this a couple of months ago, I guess. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the first concept art or screenshot that Ubisoft has sent me over for Splinter Cell's Remake. Now, the first screenshot you can see here, this is something that Ubisoft has been speaking vastly about, related to how good their ray tracing system is, and especially when you can see the reflections right here on the screen. You can basically see the entire structures being reflected off from the ground, and of course they spoke a lot about ray tracing, and this is one of the biggest things that Ubisoft was speaking so much about in terms of how they've just upgraded the technology and all that stuff. So it really looks cool from the looks of it. The game, it feels like Ubisoft is going to be making a masterpiece here, because we all know that Splinter Cell is one of those games that deserves to be the masterpiece. And now let's move on to the second one here. You can actually see a hospital scene where Sam Fisher is basically asked to go into a stealth mission, where we can see someone taken hostage here, and there's a guy smoking. So basically there is a lot going on in the scene, and as you guys can see, the ray tracing and stuff, you can actually see those things in concept art. And Ubisoft said that this concept art was especially made keeping ray tracing in mind, which means the artist that made this knows that this is basically how the developers are going to be designing the game, looking at the concept art. And in order to show how the best ray tracing is going to be working on the game, they will have to implement all of those things with the concept art itself. So you can basically see a lot of reflections on the wall, the tile wall on the top over here. It truly does look next gen if Ubisoft could manage to make the game look this good on the next gen consoles. Now the next one we have here is from a government building. So there's a rainy day, you have a car parked here. There isn't really much to go through with this concept art here. It's pretty basic. It's one of the maps that you will get to see in Splinter Cell's Remake. And the next one here is one of my favorites. So as you guys can see, there is a lot of smoke and fog just moving around. At the same time, there's a lot of lightings from the windows. There's a lot of shadows and stuff like that. You can basically see the fidelity of the game, and if the game turns out to be this good in terms of how it's going to be looking from a standpoint of view in graphics, I think Ubisoft could basically nail down this game to perfection. But since we all know how Ubisoft operates with their Unreal engine, it's something that I'm really skeptical about. Maybe they're going to be using the same engine they used for Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Of course, the environment and everything looks absolutely stunning in that game, but still I'm kind of hoping that they do something even better than what they did with Ghost Recon Breakpoint, because since it's a remake and it's being done for the next gen consoles, I am at least going to be expecting something much better than what we saw with the old generation hardware. So by far this has been one of my favorite concept arts right here. And moving on to the next one, seems like we're in a factory place and there is a lot of dangerously armed personals. And what Ubisoft basically said is that Splinter Cell's Remake is going to have a very vicious AI system, meaning the AIs that you see in the game are going to perform very realistically. They're basically going to behave very realistic. The AI in this game are going to be extra smart compared to any of the other Ubisoft games that we have seen before. So that is something I'm really intrigued to see how Ubisoft is going to be implementing that. They've spoken a lot about the AI system. They said that especially these enemy types that you see in the game who are super armed are going to be one of the strongest enemies that Sam Fisher is going to be facing. They're going to be very powerful, very efficient, and perfectly well equipped in order to take on Sam Fisher. And these guys are going to be using the same technology that Sam Fisher uses, which means that you will have to be extra stealthy and you will basically have to think a lot before going guns blazing, because the AIs are going to be very stronger. And that is something that Ubisoft has placed a full focus towards in terms of Splinter Cell's Remake as far as what they said. And then we have another concept art here where you can basically see a really cinematic view of Sam Fisher entering one of the olden buildings, and then there is a shadow effect of one of the enemies standing inside the door, and you can actually see a lot of lightings going on, which could basically just show you off on how ray tracing system is going to be working in this game. And it looks absolutely fantastic from a concept art standpoint of view, but then it all comes down to how they're going to be implementing all of these technologies and all of these things in the game once again. But as far as what we know, I just love the look of how this entire concept art thing is done. It looks very cinematic. It looks like you're actually watching a gameplay image or something like that. It basically looks like a screenshot, to be honest. And moving on to the final concept art that they've shared, you can see Sam Fisher taking cover outside of the White House building. Now, to be honest though, it's been ages since I played the first ever Splinter Cell game, game, so I don't even remember this mission. I don't even remember the entire storyline or whatsoever. All I know is that yes, I have indeed played Sam Fisher's Splinter Cell game, but I don't remember anything at all. So to be honest, since it's a remake, maybe I'll have to go back and watch some videos and see how the original game looks and compare that with the this version of the game. And I will of course be making videos on that one when Splinter Cell stops. But as of now, if you take a look at this, just take a look at the graphics and the beautiful fidelity that Ubisoft is putting into this game. And as soon as I saw the mail from Ubisoft which was related to Splinter Cell, I was really excited to jump right in and share some of these information that Ubisoft shared with me with you guys. I wanted to show you guys the concept art, but apart from these concept arts, they haven't really given us any sort of release date or any information. The only thing that we know is that it's going to be releasing somewhere in 2023. It's not going to be coming this year, which obviously we're just a month away from this year coming to a final end, and we're going to be moving on to the new year with brand new games, and there's a lot of exciting games coming up this year, and I'm super excited for all of those things. Let me know down below in the comments, what do you guys think? Are you excited for Splinter Cell's remake version? If you are, what do you guys think about the concept art? And let me know which was your favorite concept art from whatever Ubisoft has shared so far. I would love to see what your honest opinions are, and are you guys going to be playing Splinter Cell's remake when it drops? And the question here remains is, which platform are you guys going to be playing the game on? Will it be the PS5, Xbox Series X, or the PC version? I don't know if it's going to be coming out for the last gen consoles, and if it does end up coming for last gen consoles, I think it's kind of just going to hold back the technical aspect of the game, because making the game compatible for the last gen consoles basically means that they're going to be losing a lot of next gen technology. But I really hope that's not the case, and I know that a lot of you guys don't really have the next gen consoles, but still, we all got to admit though, the last gen consoles are basically not letting us move towards the new generation or the new era of gaming. So that's unfortunate. The era of last gen gaming is finally coming to an end, and I think Ubisoft is also going to be moving forward. And not just this company, most of the gaming companies are basically planning on moving forward with the next gen only titles. So it's going to be happening soon, because it seems like the next gen consoles are still hard to get. Man, the PS5 is super hard even till date. It's been 2.5 years and still you can't get a PS5. So that's how horrible the situation is in terms of production. So make sure you guys grab one if you don't have already. And yeah, with that being said, I will keep you guys updated as always with all the latest information on anything that is related to Ubisoft or upcoming open world games, because that is what I cover on the channel. So if that is something you guys are interested in, then make sure to go ahead, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on, join the family right now, because I will keep you guys updated with every single leaks, informations, open world related stuff. Every gaming news that you need is going to be available on this channel. So make sure to subscribe, turn the notifications on, and the most important step of all, make sure that you guys are setting your notification settings to all, because if you don't do that, then the broke-ass YouTube platform, they just don't send you guys the notifications of my daily videos. So make sure you guys do it. And with that being said, if you guys did go on and enjoy this video, if you guys are excited for Splinter Cell's remake, go ahead and drop a big fat like, because your like and your support is very much appreciated. It would help me out as a content creator. It does help the videos out, the channel out. It brings me more reach. So your support is so much appreciated, and it hardly takes a few seconds. So please go ahead, make my day. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Until then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.